Hello, and we're continuing with our main influences on operations. This time we're going to focus on government policies. Government policies will influence the production process of the business. Government policies change due to a change in political party or a change in social expectations. For example, we've recently had a change in government. Previously, we had Julia Gillard, who was the Prime Minister of Australia and the leader of the Labor Party. We now have Tony Abbott, who is the Prime Minister and leader of the Liberal Party. Those two political parties have different ideologies and therefore they develop different policies. Now, those policies can impact on businesses. The government may increase taxes on some inputs, making the production of goods and services more expensive. So the operations manager has to be very careful and watch closely what the government is going to do with taxes. For example, carbon reduction legislation will put a cost on carbon for businesses. This legislation has been highly controversial in Australia. Many businesses don't want the government to put this policy into place because they feel it's going to be very costly for their business. The government, on the other hand, wants to reduce the amount of carbon emission that go into the environment. So this is going to force operations to rethink the way that they produce their product. Now, governments are concerned about large businesses creating monopolies and will look to protect smaller businesses. We can see this in the case of supermarkets. In Australia, we have two dominant supermarkets, Woolworths and Coles. For the consumer, this is very good because these supermarkets are providing all the goods and services that we require. However, these supermarkets are killing off their competitors, which is smaller family-based supermarkets. For example, IGA, but also family-run supermarkets that you may find in your community are finding it very difficult to compete with Coles and Woolworths. So the government is trying to come up with legislations that will protect that smaller supermarket and control the operations of the likes of Coles and Woolworths. So that completes our lesson on government as an influence on operations management.